Have you ever wondered what secrets lie within the abandoned St. Dymphna asylum? Nestled in the heart of the countryside, shrouded by an ever-present veil of mist, the asylum stands as a grim monument to a bygone era of psychiatric care. Its imposing structure looms over the landscape, a silent sentinel to its own dark history. Closed for decades now, the asylum's past echoes through the local town, an eerie whisper of tales twisted by time and tinged with the paranormal. A group of urban explorers, driven by curiosity and a thirst for the unknown, dared to venture into this forgotten relic. Their mission, to unravel the mysteries of St. Dymphna Asylum, to pierce the veil of the past and shine a light on the shadows it casts over the present. Armed with nothing more than flashlights and courage, they approached the asylum's entrance, the grandeur of its architecture dimmed by decay and neglect. The moment they stepped over the threshold, a chill descended. It wasn't just the cold, it was as if the air itself was thick with the weight of forgotten sorrows, the unspoken stories of those who had once sought solace within these walls. The flickering beams of their flashlights danced over peeling wallpaper and crumbling plaster, illuminating the desolation left by time's relentless march. In the oppressive silence, the explorers could almost hear the echo of phantom footsteps, the unseen inhabitants of the asylum still pacing its corridors. They could feel the pull of the building's history, a silent siren call drawing them deeper into its labyrinthine halls. The eerie atmosphere clung to them, a spectral shroud woven from the threads of the asylum's past. As they ventured further, the explorers found themselves surrounded by tangible reminders of the asylum's former life, discarded remnants of a time when this institution was a living, breathing entity. The air seemed to grow heavier with each step, the oppressive weight of history pressing down on them. Yet the explorers pressed on, compelled by the undeniable allure of the unknown. As they crossed the threshold, a palpable chill descended, and the air seemed to thicken with the weight of forgotten sorrows. Armed with flashlights and courage, the explorers delved deeper into the asylum's labyrinthine halls. Their path took them through the wards, where peeling wallpaper revealed glimpses of a time when the institution housed the mentally afflicted. A time when the asylum was filled with the cacophony of the tormented and the desperate, a symphony of sorrow echoing through the ages. The explorers moved through the wards, their flashlights casting long, ghostly shadows on the crumbling walls. Each step felt like an intrusion, a disruption of the spectral silence that had reigned for decades. The air around them grew heavier, denser, as if the very atmosphere was saturated with the despair and anguish that once filled these halls. They ventured into the rooms, each one a testament to the asylum's dark past. The remnants of rusted beds and decrepit furniture bore silent witness to the lives that once resided within these walls. The explorers could almost hear the whispers of the past, the soft susurrus of voices long silenced, the echoes of laughter and cries of despair intermingling in a haunting melody. As they moved deeper into the heart of the asylum, the oppressive atmosphere intensified. The explorers could almost feel the spectral presence of the tortured souls who once dwelt here. Their whispers seemed to linger in the air, a chilling reminder of the asylum's harrowing history. The explorers could sense the despair, the longing for release from the ethereal chains that bound these tormented spirits. In the silence of the wards, the explorers listened. The faint phantom murmurs of those long departed filled their ears. Each whisper was a plea, a cry for release from the endless cycle of torment. Each echo was a reminder of the asylum's grim legacy, a testament to the suffering endured within its walls. The explorers journeyed on, their path lit only by the feeble beams of their flashlights. As they delved deeper into the asylum, they could sense the spectral presence growing stronger, more potent. The air turned oppressive, and whispers of tortured souls seemed to linger, begging for release from the ethereal chains that bound them. In the heart of the asylum, a room frozen in time told a tale of unspeakable treatments and the anguish of those who once sought solace within its walls. The brave explorers found themselves in the asylum's core. Here, relics of a disturbing past lay scattered amongst the dust and decay. Medical apparatus, once intended to heal, bore silent witness to the painful memories etched into the fabric of this forsaken place. Rusting gurneys, decaying leather restraints, and antiquated electroshock devices stood as grim evidence of the harsh reality endured by the institution's unfortunate inhabitants. As the explorers ventured further, they stumbled upon a room filled with forgotten medical equipment. The sight of these rusting implements, once used in the name of treatment, sent a shiver of revulsion coursing through their veins. They could almost hear the echoes of the machinery whirring to life, the crackle of electricity and the pained cries of patients subjected to outdated and cruel practices. The atmosphere within the asylum seemed to grow even more oppressive. It was as if the very walls were drawing in closer, the weight of the past pressing down on them. The air seemed to vibrate with the silent screams of the tormented souls who had once roamed these corridors. The explorers could almost feel the despair, the confusion, and the fear that had once filled this place. Their flashlights illuminated the faded remnants of the asylum's past. Peeling paint revealed the faded outlines of a forgotten mural, a haunting reminder of the institution's misguided attempts at providing comfort and normalcy. The stark contrast between the cheerful imagery and the chilling reality of the asylum's history created an unsettling tableau that would be forever etched in their minds. As they delved deeper into the asylum's heart, the explorers could almost hear the anguished cries of patients, their voices echoing through the years. The chilling sound seemed to emanate from the walls themselves, a haunting symphony of despair that sent shivers down their spines. Their hearts pounded in their chests, the sound echoing in their ears, mirroring the palpable fear that once permeated these halls. The anguished cries of patients, now lost to time, reverberated through the air, leaving the group shaken to their core. As the night deepened, spectral apparitions manifested, flickering shadows of tormented souls caught in a perpetual loop of despair. In the disquieting quietude, the explorers found themselves not alone. The air quivered as though teeming with unseen life. Every flicker of their flashlights seemed to stir spectral figures from the asylum's gloomy corners. They were mere fleeting shadows, their forms barely discernible, but their presence was undeniable. These shadowy spectres, caught in their untimely torment, appeared to be trapped in a relentless cycle of despair. Their chilling whispers filled the air, echoing off the crumbling walls and reverberating through the silence. Strained faces, contorted in anguish, stared back from the cracked mirrors, their hollow gazes piercing through the veil of time. The explorers felt the cold touch of unseen hands, like the icy tendrils of winter mist brushing against their skin. A shiver ran down their spines, the sensation so real, so palpable that it was impossible to dismiss as mere imagination. In the abandoned wards, the spectral figures lingered, their forms wavering like smoke in the wind. The explorers felt their sorrow, their longing, their pain. The ghostly inhabitants seemed to reach out, desperate for contact, for understanding, for release. The explorers pressed on, their courage unwavering in the face of the unknown. With every step, they seemed to stir the spirits from their spectral slumber. The air grew denser with their presence, the spectral apparitions becoming more distinct, more desperate. The explorers found themselves in the midst of a spectral gathering, a congregation of souls caught between the realms of the living and the dead. They felt the spirits draw closer, their spectral energy intertwining with the physical world. Their sorrowful cries echoed louder, their presence stronger, their touch colder. Yet the explorers remained steadfast, their determination to uncover the asylum's secrets unwavering. They continued to navigate the labyrinthine corridors, their journey into the unknown far from over. Each step seemed to awaken the dormant spirits, drawing them closer to the realm of the living. In the asylum's decaying chapel, a lingering presence made itself known. A spectre, garbed in the tattered remnants of hospital attire, stood before an altar trapped in time, its sorrowful gaze pleading for understanding, for redemption. As the group beheld this phantom, empathy welled within them. Then came the revelation, the asylum's dark secret. A malevolent doctor exploiting the vulnerable, subjecting them to twisted experiments. The tortured spirits, forever bound in their spectral chains, cried out for justice. Motivated by this harrowing discovery, the explorers initiated a makeshift séance. Words of solace, forgiveness echoed through the haunted halls, a balm to the tortured souls. As the last whisper faded, a sudden calm swept the asylum. The air, once heavy with despair, lightened. The apparitions faded, and an otherworldly light seemed to lift the heavy darkness that had gripped the forsaken institution. The explorers felt a profound shift, a cosmic sigh of relief, as peace finally descended upon St. Dymphna Asylum. The explorers, changed by their encounter with the paranormal, left St. Dymphna Asylum with a profound sense of the past. As they stepped out into the chill of the night, they felt the oppressive weight of the asylum's history lift. The building, once a bulwark of fear and despair, now stood silent and empty, its chilling whispers replaced by an eerie hush. Each explorer carried with them an indelible imprint of their journey into the unknown. The echoes of the asylum's dark past reverberated within them, a stark reminder of the human capacity for suffering and resilience. As they walked away, the asylum's imposing structure shrank into the distance. Its spectral inhabitants finally granted the peace they so desperately sought. But the asylum was far from forgotten. It stood as a monument to a bygone era, its decaying walls a canvas for tales of the paranormal. Yet the chilling echoes of the asylum's dark history lingered, a testament to the horrors that had transpired within its walls.